All right, hey parents, hope you're doing awesome. Making this video just so I can answer some of your frequently asked questions that you may have about youth retreat. And I'm going to go through all the checklists and all the things that you're going to need to bring for your students. Actually, they're going to need to bring to youth retreat this year. And hopefully I'll be able to answer all of your questions. If I don't, feel free to text me or call me at 832-928-8558. Again, that's 832-928-8558. And sorry for the background noise. We're here at the trampoline park, but this was the time that I had to make this video. So let's just go through these things here. I've got about 20 frequently asked questions, and then we'll get through the packing list. The youth retreat, what is the CFC Youth Summer Retreat? Basically, it's just a 2-night kind of mini camp that we're doing at Jellystone Park for middle and high school students. It's not too late to sign up, if even up until maybe like the day before. If you have a friend that wants to go, it's not too late for them to go. The cost is $150, and that includes everything you're going to need at the camp as far as lodging and food, and any of the events that like swimming and that kind of thing. It's all covered in that. So the cost of the tuition covers pretty much all that your needs are for the camp. Who will be in charge of your students? We have 6 leaders going, including myself, my sister, Pastor Juliet, and 4 other youth leaders. We have Cheyenne, Melissa, Josh, and Chris. And we have 6 cabins at the camp, and your students will be divided up into one of those 6 cabins, and you'll have one of those leaders is going to be the counselor for that cabin. So that's who's going to be in charge. We'll be leaving on Sunday after church. We'll stay at the church at noon. We're going to eat lunch, do some team building games, and then at 2 p.m. we will leave the church to go check in at Jellystone. We're not actually allowed to check in until 3 p.m. That's why we're waiting a little bit, but we have stuff planned right after church for students. We will be returning on the 20th at noon. That's a Tuesday. So we're spending the night Sunday night, we're spending the night Monday night, and then on Tuesday we will be coming back to the church at noon. Once you are there on campus, your students will not be allowed to leave campus. So once they're there, they're there. And the only exception would be for students that are not spending the night. If you want to just come for one night, or come for not one night, we'll come for one day and then participate and then go home. There's some students that have school and stuff like that this summer that are not going to be able to attend the whole time. You're able to do that. You just need to let me know about that so we can get a wristband for that. And it's not as much of a cost as well. Right now we have 32 students going, plus the 6 leaders. That's 38 people. So we're really excited about that. In case of an emergency, I'm probably the best contact for that. Again, my number is 832-928-8558. You can also email me at kenneth@christfamily.tv. If you have any questions or anything like that during camp, that would be the best way to contact one of us. Now, students are not allowed to have their cell phones during camp for a few different reasons. One is just the stuff breaks, and we don't want to be liable for that kind of thing happening. But also, retreat is just a great time to get away for a couple days, almost take a fast from all like the worries of life and that kind of thing. And sometimes having access to social media and texting and those kind of things, staying connected to their everyday life, takes away from what God wants to do in their hearts during retreat. So if you absolutely have to talk to your child, I will make arrangements for that on my cell phone or Juliet's cell phone after dinner each night. That would be the time that you could talk to your student. But I'd encourage you, if it's at all possible, just let your students enjoy these 2 days and soak up as much as they can for what God has for them. Electronic devices, I'm asking you not to bring any electronic devices as far as cell phones, but also, handheld games and that kind of thing. There actually is a TV in each one of the cabins, as well as a refrigerator and microwave and that kind of thing. So we will have some electronics happening. It's just not going to be individual electronics. We really want students to connect with each other, connect with leaders, and also connect with God. If you have prescription medicine, please just put it in a bag, label it of when it needs to be taken, and all that kind of business. and we will put that with your counselor, your student's counselor. If you have medicine that needs to be cool, we have refrigerators in each cabin, so that's no problem there. And your counselor will help your student take the medicine. Should you bring money? This is totally up to you. There is a concession stands and like a quarter arcade, as well as a little store, like a camp store. They could buy trinkets and postcards and that kind of thing at. It's totally up to you. You don't have to bring money because everything is covered. But if you wanted to buy those extra things, you can. Also, you can bring like snacks and stuff and put them in the fridge. If you know, that would be what I would do, is just go to the grocery store and buy $10 worth of snacks for the next couple days that your student can keep for themselves. Is there a dress code? It's kind of not really, but just modestly dressed. You know, if a girl is wearing super short shorts, a female counselor may ask her to put on different shorts. And if a guy is wearing jeans that are just sagging down to his knees, a guy counselor will probably ask him to pull his pants up, that kind of thing. Just dressing modestly. Parents should help their students with that as you guys are packing. If you have any questions on that, just let me know, but just kind of err on the side of more modesty than not, and you shouldn't have a problem. What's appropriate at the pool? For guys, I don't think this should be a problem, but no, Speedos or those kind of pants or swimsuits for guys. For girls, two-piece swimsuits are allowed, but again, try to be as modest as possible. If you're dressed to impress, please leave it at home. That's kind of the rule of thumb. And if something is just deemed too inappropriate, if it's a string bikini, a female counselor may ask a student to put on a black shirt or something like that on top of the bikini. So just dress as modestly as you can with that. The sleeping arrangements, we have 3 guy cabins and 3 girl cabins, and the girls will not be allowed in the guys' cabins and vice versa. I think we're going to do one session, like a apologetics session, where students can ask kind of hard questions about the Bible and about God, and we'll do that in my cabin. That'll be the only time during one of those sessions that students will be allowed in the opposite sex cabin. So there shouldn't be any worries there as far as students going into girls and guys' cabins. The sleeping arrangement, the way the cabins are arranged is there's a bedroom, a front room with a pull-out couch, and an upstairs loft. The loft has 2 queen beds in it. The bedroom has 1 queen bed, and the pull-out is a queen bed. So there's 4 beds in each cabin, but we are going to sleep 6 to 8 people in a cabin. So bring queen sheeting, and if you have a blow-up mattress, please bring that too, with the sheets that you have on that. So, or you could just bring a sleeping bag if you prefer that. But some students will need to sleep on blow-up mattresses, and some students will need to sleep on, if we don't have enough blow-up mattresses, there's like upstairs in the loft, it's carpeted, and I've actually slept on the floor in the carpet myself, and it's actually pretty comfortable, so I don't see that being a problem. But if you don't want to sleep on the floor, bring a mattress if you have one. If not, we'll try to make sure that you can sleep in a bed. Some of the girls may want to sleep in a bed together. That's fine, and I guess some of the guys, if they wanted to, like if you're doing a slumber party at your house, you wanted to sleep in the same bed, that's fine with me too. But everybody's responsible for their own pillows and their own sheets and that kind of thing for sleeping. That's what the sleeping arrangement will be. And then we're going to have one of the leaders sleep at the door and the pull-out. We're going to pull the pull-out where you can't get out of the cabin without stepping over a leader, just to make sure that nobody's sneaking out. What events will be happening at the camp or at the retreat? We're going to do like night sessions and that kind of thing, kind of like church services twice a day, and have some breakout sessions as well. As far as the fun stuff to happen, there's basketball, volleyball, swimming pool, water slides, miniature golf. There's horseshoes, which is a lot of fun actually, fishing. There's a quarter arcade, and then there's also arts and crafts in the morning on Tuesday that the camp actually provides. There's no public displays of affection, no PDA allowed on campus. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no couples on this trip. If your student is boyfriend, girlfriend with somebody, that's between you and your students and your families. But as far as we're concerned on this trip, no students are dating each other. And so students shouldn't be kissing on each other, sitting on each other's laps, that kind of thing. There's no public displays of affection. That can actually be kind of distracting for other students that are not dating anybody or that kind of thing. And I just want to avoid that as much as possible. We have this important rule called the rule of three. That's where students are always with two other people. So if they're going to the pool, they're in groups of at least two people. So I encourage students to kind of stay in larger groups. All of the counselors have walkie-talkies, and the rule is that students have to communicate with their counselor where they're at all times. So if there are, say there's a group of people going to the pool and someone says, I'm getting a stomach ache, I'm going to go back to the cabin and lay down, they need to tell one of the leaders to walkie-talkie their counselor and let them know where they're at all times so that they can go back to the cabin. We have what is called the no stinky rule. It means there's no stinky kids at retreat, which means that every student has to shower with soap every day and wear fresh clothes every day. When you're in a cabin with 6 middle schoolers, you do not want to be stinking. So that is absolutely the rule, no stinky rule. So make sure your kids have all the deodorant and that kind of thing. Also bring at least 2 or 3 towels and a hanger to hang your wet towel up on. So we will have, there's area in the cabin that we're going to kind of make that you can put a hanger to hang your towel. So if you have a hanger, that'd be great. Kind of more of a heavy duty hanger. Students can be sent home for inappropriate behavior such as drugs, sexual misconduct, stealing, fighting, lying, that kind of thing. And so we just kind of play that by ear, but it can happen. Students should interact with each other in a very life-giving way. That's not being sarcastic, gossipy, making others feel unwelcome, cliques, pranks, that kind of thing. None of that should happen. Students should be very inclusive. Cliques are not allowed. Are you allowed to bring a camera? That's always a question people ask. Yes, you can bring a camera, but bring it at your own risk. So in other words, I wouldn't bring anything to retreat that you weren't willing to come home without. So if you have a $1,000 DSLR Canon camera, I don't recommend bringing it in the hands of a student that may not come back with it in 100% condition. Those are the questions so far that I have to answer. Hopefully that has answered a lot of your questions. I'm going to just go through the checklist. And by the way, all these questions and this checklist is downloadable on this YouTube link as well as on the website christfamily.tv/events or christfamily.tv/students under the youth tab. You should be able to have access to this. But clothing, you're going to want pajamas for both nights, a poncho or rain jacket, a hat or baseball cap if you're worried about the sun, pants, jeans, sweats, shorts, just 3 or 4 pairs of things to wear during the day. You need at least 2 changes of clothes per day, okay? Because we will be, getting sweaty and wet and that kind of thing. And so we're going to shower every day. Most students will probably shower before the dinner. That way we're nice and clean for the evening. So bring at least two changes of clothes per day. So basically 4 changes or 5 changes of clothes. And then I usually add 1. So like, you need at least 4 shirts to do that. I would bring 5 shirts, 5 t-shirts, 5 pairs of socks, 5 pairs of underwear, that kind of thing. Just bring more than you think you need. Athletic shoes would be nice in case we're going to be playing some games and that kind of thing. Flip-flops are recommended. You can wear those in the shower. You can wear those at the pool. Water shoes, if you're going to the pool, are great, just not to wear out your feet. Walking to and from the cabin without any shoes is going to be hard on your feet. Swimming suits, bring 2 swimming suits if you can. Also, at least 2 trash bags for your dirty clothes. So have a spot to put your dirty clothes in. Students are going to be participating in games every day and getting wet and dirty and smelly and that kind of thing. So just bring plenty of clothes. Gear to bring. This is important here. Everybody needs to bring a Bible, a notebook, and a pen. And if you don't have a Bible, just let me know and I'll get one for you. But bring those things. We're going to have some devotional times and that kind of thing. Again, your bed linens, your for a queen mattress, sleeping bag. Probably 30% of students are going to need to sleep on a blow up or on the floor. So if you have a blow up mattress, please bring that. Refillable water bottle, miscellaneous snacks. We do have a refrigerator. Earplugs if snoring bothers you. A backpack is optional. Soap and shampoo, mandatory, as well as deodorant, mandatory. Toothbrush, toothpaste, 3 towels, a sturdy hanger to put the wet towel on. Toiletries, lotion, deodorant, that kind of thing. Shower caddy would be great. Lip balm, sunscreen. I don't want any burnt kids, so please bring your sunscreen. A flashlight is good, and a fan. Also, a wristwatch would be nice to have if you have a wristwatch, just to keep time. A camera with batteries, sunglasses, earplugs, snacks, wristwatch. If you have any sticks for s'mores, like those retractable sticks for campfires, that'd be great. And extra money. Things not to bring would be like electronic devices, your phones, MP3 players, pocket knife, weapons of any kind, matches, lighters, fire devices, fireworks, that kind of thing. Please don't bring it. Also, tobacco and alcohol paraphernalia, do not bring it. And then finally, the point of the camp is just to have fun, to connect with other students, connect with God, connect with leaders. And if we're doing that, this is going to be the best 2.5 days of the summer. I promise you that. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful to you. Got done in just under 17 minutes. But thought this would be easier to do video than to require everybody to come to a meeting. So if you have any questions, again, call me, 832-928-8558, 832-928-8558, or email me at kennis@christfamily.tv, KENNIS@christfamily.tv. Parents, thank you so much for sending your kids to youth retreat. You're not going to regret it. They're going to have an awesome, awesome time. And I am super excited to see what all God has in store for these 2 days.